Welcome to the lecture. The lecture is on machining technology and we are discussing the analysis of orthogonal machining. So in the last class we have discussed the chip thickness ratio. What is chip thickness ratio? It is a parameter which defines or which in that by can estimate the amount of plastic deformation during machining process. And what is the thickness ratio? It is nothing but your uncut chip thickness to the cut chip thickness ratio. So uncut chip is normally you have taken T1, cut chip you have taken T2. So ratio is T1 by T2, which is always less than 1 because the chip thickness is more than the uncut chip thickness, and it is always less than 1, and it is denoted by some notation like R. Next, here today in this class we are going to discuss the velocity relationship. So what is the velocities we have till now? We have in this figure, you can see here, this is the model of the machining process where a tool is removing some amount of material in a workpiece. Here Vc is the cutting velocity. What is cutting velocity? The velocity of the tool with respect to workpiece, that is Vc. Another velocity, that is Vs, which is shear plane velocity or shear velocity, or you can define in terms of like the velocity of the chip with respect to workpiece, that is Vs. And the Vs is making some angle beta. The beta is called shear angle with the cutting velocity, and another angle you can see here gamma, which is nothing but your back rack angle. Normally in the first class only we have discussed here in the tool signature what is gamma and gamma b. So here gamma I have written, normally it is gamma b. So in problem there is not gamma is not, means gamma b is very most of the frequently you can use, you can see in the problem. So that's why you have written gamma. Don't confuse with gamma b and gamma s. So gamma equal to gamma b here. Already in the previous slide I have mentioned that thing. So T1 here uncut chip thickness, T2 cut chip thickness, and another velocity is there, that is Vf, which is chip flow velocity. This is nothing but the velocity of the chip with respect to tool, that is Vf. You can see here. So here Vf is the chip flow velocity, Vs shear plane velocity, Vc cutting velocity. So what is chip flow velocity? Velocity of the chip with respect to tool, that is Vf. Velocity of the chip with respect to workpiece, that is Vs. Velocity of the tool with respect to workpiece, that is Vc. So three velocity. Velocity means it has certain direction, magnitude, both, so it acts like a vector. So that's why we are calling it a velocity vector. So if we want to trace all the three velocities to a single point, or suppose this is your intersection point, suppose this one if we take, then it looks like. So before that, just see here this same thing I have mentioned here, that is gamma back rack angle and beta your shear angle. And now you want to trace all the three velocities into a single point. So if you take Vc2 here, it looks like this. So this blue color arrow is nothing but a vector which is shows Vc, represent Vc. Vs along this line, Vs is nothing but this green color arrow, that is Vs, which is a vector, and again simply you have stress onto this point, and likewise Vf you can stress like this. So this is Vf, the red color arrow is the Vf. So Vc, Vc, Vs, Vf, three vectors you can see all are intersect in this single point. So the same thing I have written here, Vf, Vs and Vc. The angle between Vs and Vc is how much? That is beta, you can see here. Angle between Vs and Vc, that is beta. Angle between Vf and the vertical line is gamma, that is back rack angle. So angle between Vs and Vc is beta, Vf and a vertical line, a vertical axis, that is gamma. So up here understand? Okay. Next we want to find what is the objective? We want to find the relationship between Vc, Vs and Vf. So as all the three are vectors, so we can trace in such a way that it can be formed a vector triangle. So for that what you have to do? Simply take this VF velocity vector from this point to this point, or simply shift the velocity, the chip flow velocity vector, or stretch the chip flow velocity vector to this point. So it looks like this. VC, VS and VF all are maintaining their properties, but simply we are mapping or stretching to a different point so that we can form a vector triangle. So here VC, VS and VF, again the angle between VS and VC is beta, angle between VF and vertical axis is gamma, which is backtake angle. So as it is gamma and the total angle is 90 degree, so what about this angle? It is obviously 90 minus gamma. So if this is 90 minus gamma, this angle is beta. What about third angle? So sum of total internal angle is 180 degree. So 180 minus this angle minus this angle. So it's nothing but 180 minus 90 minus gamma minus beta, which is 90 plus gamma minus beta. So we have identified all the three angles. This is beta, 90 minus gamma and 90 plus gamma minus beta. So now, as this is a vector triangle, so we can apply sine law. And what is sine law states? Length of the side in the triangle is proportional to the side of the angle opposite to it. Sorry, length of the side in the triangle is proportional to the sine of the angle opposite to it. So suppose if a triangle, if the length of this side is proportional to whom? The sine of this angle. Likewise, length of this side is proportional to sine of this one. Length of this angle, this side is proportional to sine of this angle. So what do you mean by length? The magnitude of this vector. So what is the magnitude? The VC. So VC by sine 90 plus gamma minus beta, which is written here, equal to VS by sine 90 minus gamma, VF by sine beta. So all the three sides are proportional. In how much? In this way. VC by sine 90 plus gamma minus beta equal to VS by sine 90 minus gamma equal to VF by sine beta. It is according to the sine law. So now it looks like a sine 90 plus theta. If you combine these two, it looks like sine 90 minus theta. It is sine theta. So you can convert sine 90 plus theta to cos theta like this. So you can arrange and you can write like this: VC by cos beta minus gamma, VS by cos gamma, VF by sine beta. So now all the three magnitudes are there: VC, VS, VF. So if any two is known or if any one is known, then you can calculate the other one. If we are able to know the angles, if you find out this angles. So that's why this is the relationship between VC, VS and VF. Any velocity, if it is known, then you can calculate the other two velocities. So likewise, we have already studied the chip thickness ratio. Chip thickness ratio is nothing but T1 by T2 is equal to L2 by L1 equal to VF by VC. So here we can apply the velocity of VF and VC. So like, what is VF by VC? So if we take VC to here, so VF by VC is sine beta by cos beta minus gamma. Sine beta by cos beta minus gamma. So in some problems, if T1, T2 is not given directly, then it may be given in form of the angle. So from that angle also you can calculate the chip thickness ratio. So this is the relationship between all the three velocities, that is VC, VS and VF. So next we'll see the derivation of shear angle. So before we going to start the derivation for shear angle, that is beta, as you know, shear angle comes from the shear plane. So here I want to ask you one thing: is the shear plane is fixed or variable? So try to think and see you in the next class.